And this is a performance of Second Chance. To which I say at the very beginning, since I rely on some difficult mathematical skills and stuff of that nature, I ask the audience to give me possibly 2 chances to find your card. That you'll see what I mean in a second. So the card can be handed out and shuffled by a spectator. Starts on impromptu. And I have them hold on, one of the spectators hold on to the pack. And we have possibly 2 other spectators, or maybe just one spectator can do all of it. They can think of any number, between 1 and 52. And they can also think, I guess it would be with a different spectator, they could also think of any playing card. So free choice of playing card and any number between 1 and 52. So when the numbers are revealed, because they're all out of my hands, and they could check out every card as normal, we have them say the numbers, let's say it's 23 and 5 of clubs. So after having the cards shuffled by spectator, and they deal out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 cards. And I'll have you deal off the next card. Okay? Right there. And it's fascinating. It could be, really anywhere, and I could actually openly show this. Okay? It could have been anywhere from here, the 5 of clubs. Okay? And it could have been anywhere over here, but I really want to build it on up. I'm excited about this. My second chance is this card, the 5 of spades. Now I know I didn't possibly hit it perfectly. No, not perfectly, because they said the 5 of clubs. But I always am very, very close, and that's why I always get a second chance to get that 5 of clubs right there. And everything can be examined, all the cards, everything throughout. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful card trick. And that is Second Chance. I thank you. Pretty interesting performance, am I right? Now, before we jump into the explanation, if you can you leave a like for the Academy? Always appreciate it. And yeah, let's jump into the explanation. I'm excited about this. It really, really is impromptu. You won't get exactly that in the... Well, it really depends. You might get something better. You might get something different every time with this performance of Second Chance. You'll see what I mean. So, deck starts out shuffle. And what I really... Real fast. And what I really want to simulate was a true any card, any number. Because I'm so tired of all the gap versions. There's like 100 to a couple thousand versions of ACAN, but all using a gaff deck. But I really want an impromptu nature, and different from Dan De Ortiz's versions. They're lovely as they are. I wanted something simple and direct, as was the image of what it was originally. It's just very direct. So the cards are shuffled by a spectator. They're hauled onto by a spectator, and creates that real image kind of thing. And then we go around it in the details. So they hold on to it, and any number is named, any playing card is named. It is truly a free choice. We could even just say Ace of Spades at like the 12th position. But really, it can be anything. So let's just say, just to make it easy for demonstration, Ace of Spades, and let's assume, I don't know, 15. Let's say the number's 15. Okay, so cards are shuffled. I don't know what's going to happen. We deal down 15. They deal down 15 cards. They do it, not me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They dealt down 15 cards. And we play, and you tell them to deal 1 card to the side. Good. Okay. And you mentioned the impossibility of this. You can even make a card box on top. However you want to go about it. And as you're being very casual about this, we are now going into search mode of where the card could be. Because again, we have no idea. We're kind of working our way through the trenches to go out on an effect. Small micro chance, 1 in 52, it's going to be right here. Just letting you know. If it does, wow, you can be searching. Wow, it really is there. And then you'll fool magicians a small percentage of the time. It works. So that's why you want to do the effect a lot. It's weird, it's wacky, and you can work your way through the trenches. So it's the Ace of Spades, and so I'm going on search mode, spreading through the cards to be able to find the Ace of Spades if it is here. If it is, if you can misdirect, you could do a misdirect cut where you just talk to the spectator, you ask a question, or you make a funny comment, and during that you combine the packets where you cut. Let's say this was the Ace of Spades, the Ten of Spades was the Ace of Spades. I make a wacky comment, reassemble the packs, turn over, and got my card on top. Okay, that's what we would want if it was the case. Now, and also if it was, let me just bring out the Ace of Spades, and I'll move it to different scenarios. Ace of Spades just happens to be right here. Okay, so let's say in the scenario that the Ace of Spades was in this packet. I noticed it right away, as it could have been anywhere here. I then come over and I cull the card as I start pushing and spreading and showing all the cards. Okay, I then turn the packet down, I relax, and then I would ask them to, this is scenario A, I would ask them to lift up the card box, and as they're turning over this card, what is a prediction, and I've already laid in the presentation that I might need 2 chances. Okay, as they turn over this card, I am at the same time going to be palming the top card off the deck, the Ace of Spades, that just happened in the case it was in this pile. I've already culled it. Okay, controlled it to the top. I get do whichever palm you're familiar with. Okay, as they turn over this card, that's the misdirection for them to reveal it. Is it their card? No, it is not. Okay, I could set that packet down, and I always mention that that is the second chance. And during that motion and presentation where I mentioned this, I'm taking from the palm card. I set the deck down, palm card right here. You can relax right here if you want, and then come up. And as I pull the cards, all the cards towards me, the spectator will have 7 down right now. They won't be a place of focus as much as this card was the centerpiece. And as they're turning over, I palmed it off and I'm adding it to this pile. And then I reinforce this statement, the importance, then bringing attention to this card later. So the focus is still not here with your body and motions, it's all over here. It's just very casual. I just do it, I don't think about it. So I say, this is always the card of second chance because I never know. I may be off in many cases. But the original card is always that card right after because I want to be close in case I'm off. What was the name of the card? And you pretend you forget. What was the name of the card? And then you can show Ace of Spades. This is scenario 1 in the case that it's here, which in many cases, like 40-50% of the time, it's here. Okay? Well, actually more 60% of the time. So this is the most common scenario that it's here. You call it out, palm it, add it as they're turning over this one, and then we close right here, showing it's there. That's scenario 1. Let me get the spades and move it to over here. Scenario, so we look through, and I could even, in the case it's, let's say it's not here, in scenario B, we spread the cards, and we notice it's not here, so then we can be more open about it. I can say, hey, it really isn't here. People can look. You can spread it on the table, and it's not there, so we're in the clear there. And then I say, and then you could even mention it could even be, there's a small possibility it could be over here. And then I notice where it's at. It's over here in this case. I then cull it as I'm turning, but I don't show the top faces. And it's a very, very minor note, but you select, it doesn't seem to be here, but I'm getting all excited, and you show energy. I'm getting all excited for this little particular effect as you turn it over and you culled the Ace of Spades to the top. So again, I notice it towards myself. As I turn towards the spectators, I cull it out, and I say, oh, I'm getting all excited as I'm squaring everything up. I'm turning everything over. Now, then you could say, okay, and you can, in this case, I haven't given the instruction you can turn it over yet, because I haven't need to add anything. I didn't need to palm off from here, add to here, and then set up. In this scenario, since it started here and I've already culled it, I say I can now be more relaxed. I'm actually more hopeful if it's right here in this pile. So that I say, you can lift up, lift off, and turn over the card, and they turn over, and it's not the card. And I go, yeah, that's what sometimes happens. This is my second chance card, just in case, anything is off. Because my primary guess, and maybe you're changing it to hype it as if this was originally what was supposed to happen. Because the next card right next to it is always more accurate, and then you can show the ace of spades and right there, and that's how you would end the effect. So again, you don't need to turn over like in scenario A or worry about anything. Let's even say it's near the top. In the case that it's near the top, let's just say it's a couple near, like fourth from the top. I could spray towards myself, cull it, and then as I cull it, I make sure I clear it, and then I still cover the front faces. You don't want to show the front faces. Then you get all excited. Oh, I'm all excited. Like there's something here, but we're not going to put focus to it. I just set it down casually, whatever. And I say, and this card was the second chance in case something went awry. And if you already know that this is not their card, then you say, and I know your card likely isn't the six of spades, is it? And they go, no. That's just in case I'm off. Because my original guess is that this card, the one right after, was my primary guess, and I believe it is your ace of spades. Boom, you got it, which is great. Now the final one scenario C, is the one where you just totally luck out. They dealt down, it's just literally the dream effect where, I'm doing this humorously. This is just humorous scenario C. They deal down a bunch of cards, blah, 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 but you want to do it individually. Well, actually, it doesn't even matter, technically. But still, you would want to deal them down individually. Next card, okay, you look on through in the scenario, you don't see it there, and it doesn't happen to me here. That's fascinating. I look through here real fast, and I notice it isn't here, and you would want to put a box on top. And you look on through here, you notice it isn't here, and then you could actually display here, it isn't here either. You could check everything out. Now, and then you would rehype it in this rare scenario. Now, you said any number. You said 23, you said 28, 35, whatever, 2, 4, whatever number. You would probably want more than 5 cards, though, hypothetically. Thinking about it, you would probably want like a couple cards to go through to have for here. Anyways, and that might create another scenario. So we'll talk about it after. And then you've gone through all these cards, you've gone through all these cards, and you said, what card? They name it, they lift it off, like you're totally hands off. They did literally, this is the dream effect. And try to lay this into a regular effect where it doesn't happen often, but it's a possibility that can happen. That's a true miracle. Where they named it off, and it just happens. There's a possibility there. And if not, you still got a great effect that seems like you knew what you were doing all along. It seems very professional. So 2 things I want to cover, 2 last things. I want to actually leading to close out with the Gano story, and I think everyone would enjoy this story. But before that, I want to cover a scenario. Let's say they only name like 4, like 4, 1 out of 52, and they name 4 or 1. You never know what happens. So in the case of just let's say 1, you got a troll, 1 card. There's a chance it could be one on top. You can then take the cards and say it could have been anywhere here. Let's say it was the ace of spades. I can then cull it to the top, okay, as I'm showing every single card, being absolutely fair, okay. And this is my second chance, okay. And then you can actually turn over your first chance, which is right here. You could do a normal effect, or you could say this is my second chance, but my first one. And then you could do a twirl change if you want, if you just want to do a general outing. Because this routine really is just a giant out. How are you going to get out? Are you going to luck out, totally luck out? Or are you going to have to work your way out? It's just a lot of fun. And it keeps your mind going. It's an intellectual process of how am I going to make this effect work. It's not like a, you know, self-laden. It's already done effect. So that's what's great about it. Let's say 4 cards down. Let's just toss this here. We're way off. Let's say 1, 2, 3. Let's say they say 4 cards. The next one off is 5. Okay, if it would follow the same general scenario, except we would just do a cover count because of the lack of cards. I would notice the ace of spades. I'd call it out to the top, let's say. Okay, and then I can say, can you turn over, you know, I'd have them turn over that card that they were predicting. Okay, they go yes, and then from here, so that's the wrong card, but I palmed it. I've now got the card over here. This is just for a couple cards, just for pure amusement. You know, you could have named any 4, but I'm blanking. I'm going too fast. Let me slow down. They turn it over, wasn't there, and I say, yeah, but that was always a second chance. And you know, you play out the same scenario as I've covered, like different little ideas before. But I know it probably is in your card, the 3 of clubs. It's always second chance. You never know if you may be off. And of these 4, I knew that, and we could even put this away, set this aside, doesn't even matter. And there you go, you've done a false count. Well, I'll cover that after. We would give it a wave, because this is my primary guess, if you want. The wave is unnecessary. But this is my primary guess, and it's always right next to it, the ace of spades. And boom, you got that effect. And that for a false count, in the case that, so we palmed it off, added it to the pile. And so we've got 5, and we're trying to do as 4. They've turned it over. I can then do just, I don't know what this comes from. I know it's like an Ascanio-like thing. I know it's not Ascanio, but it's just a pull out of cards for positioning. I'm not sure who to credit on this. So if anyone has an idea of who this belongs to in the comments, let me know. Wait, is it, no, I'm blanking on it. I'll remember after. Anyways, I just remember Nathan Gibson doing something similar to the style effect. So we just, of these 4 cards, okay, this is a double. Of these 4 cards, I know the one right next to it. And then, so we've done the display. We square it all up. And then we take off the top card, okay, which is the selection we've palmed in. Drop these on top. And then I would just mention how this is always second chance, just in case I'm off on anything. It covers that scenario. But my primary guess was, ooh, mysterious. The ace of spades, your card you had predicted, right there, at the number 4. So it keeps them within that realm. There was 4 cards dealt, and my card was there, per se. Or you get a second, or it's extend because you get that second chance. But because this trick has a loose ending, per se, however it goes about it, it leads to a realm of possible miracles, like it actually being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And next card, and it actually being their card, whatever it was they named. And I want to get as close as I can to that effect, where you're almost totally hands off the whole entire way through, and it just lands, and it's just like, wow. And I'm just smiling right there. And to that end, that's how Second Chance was kind of born. It gives that moment where it could be, and I always want just to be there. In the small chance it lands, you got something great. If not, well, we can do it the regular way. And we got the second chance anyways. And it's still a good effect. Just like a normal second chance. So with that said, I wish everyone a wonderful day. And if you haven't checked out this video yet, definitely check it out. And I'll see you there.